Hi everyone, hope you're well. It's Bernard here. Welcome to the Citizen channel and a Citizen present today. The Citizen present vlog, thick and fast. These are coming at the moment, aren't they? We're going to have a little break though, aren't we? Is it the international break or whatever they call it in a few days' time? But today we're going to do a little big match preview, and it's our cup, isn't it? It's the Carabao Cup, it's our cup, it's still our cup. We're going to keep it, we're going to keep this. If nothing else, we're going to keep the Carabao Cup this season. I mean, I'm more positive now than my last little vlog we did against for the match against Leicester City. So yeah, we're going to talk about the forthcoming Carabao Cup round 4 game, 30th of September, 7 PM kickoffs, not a bad time. Burnley versus Manchester City. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notification so you know these City vlogs are coming out, Citizen channel vlogs are coming out, past and present. I mean, history vlogs and City now, loads of stuff at the moment. And please, if you're watching this, just spare a split second to put that thumb up, please. Just get the thumbs up, that'll be absolutely fantastic. And make comments. I mean, it's nice to get comments and it's nice to get views, but it's nice to get thumbs up as well, just to let you know. So if you don't really want to leave a comment, just please leave me a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. Yeah, we'll have our usual features today, including a look at our opponents Burnley, some history between us two, the odds on the game, of course, the odds and my free just for fun bets on this one today, regular City magazine feature, and very much more today as we go through, and things might come into my mind that I'll tell you about that I've not listed there, obviously. So here we go. For round 4, so that means we win this, we're in the quarter-finals, isn't it? And they say there's only one-legged semi-final this year, so in theory we're only about 3 games away from another trip to Wembley, aren't we? If we win this, the quarter-final semi-final, yeah, that's 3 wins, we're at Wembley, but easier said than done perhaps. But let's have a look at Burnley. One of my favourite programmes, Burnley, last season when we played at Burnley. It's one of my, if you saw them on my playlist, my favourite away programmes of the season. Obviously it was cut short a little bit, but Burnley's one of my little favourite programmes, so please check out the playlist and have a look at that. That's a good fun if you like looking at match programmes and things, and that's a little feature I did it seems a long time ago now. Yeah, at the time of recording this vlog, the City in 3rd from bottom of the Premier League, Burnley. I don't think they've won a game yet, but they're only just 5 places below us, so it doesn't sound that bad, does it? I mean, that's I can't remember the last time. Well, we've already played 2 games, come on, but yeah, they're just 5 places behind us in 3rd from bottom. So say we're nearer the relegation zone than the promotion zone, but hey, early days, isn't it? Early days. They've had league defeats away at Leicester. I mean, there's no shame in that. I mean, we got well hammered by Leicester at home, never mind away from home. So, no shame in that at all. And at home to Southampton, yeah, they lost that as well. But Deitch sort of thought he could have got more from that, and certainly more from both games, actually, Leicester away and Burnley, because they're very, very competitive games. And Burnley got bits and pieces I saw of those games. They didn't play that badly. In the Carabao Cup itself, in round 2, they beat Sheffield United at Turf Moor on penalties after a 1-1 draw in 90 minutes. And they went to Millwall, didn't they? So we had the choice, didn't we? If we got past Bournemouth, we could either have Millwall or Burnley. Well, there's a great choice to make, isn't it? And yeah, and they went to Millwall and got stuck in. They did get stuck into Millwall there, came away with a fairly comfortable 2-0 win, but they didn't mess about. I mean, Millwall, certainly anything Millwall could do, Burnley can do even better. They've got a few injuries like we have, but they're slowly getting players back. Hopefully we'll slowly get some players back as well. That'd be nice. Dyche is a bit upbeat, and he's no doubt he'll play a lot of youth as he has been doing, because as I say, they're a bit short with the injuries, and he knows City will obviously play youth, so he won't be ashamed of playing youth, will he? And as always, as we are ourselves, he'll always give the Premier League priority. I mean, we always do, but obviously we have a little eye on our Carabao Cup, don't we, to do all right. But I think Pep is fully focused with the situation as it is on the Premier League. So again, we will get a youthful team out, I think, and I think Dyche will know that. So yeah, he'll have a be interesting, won't it? Because obviously we do both. Obviously we have a break after this. I mean, after the next league game, after weekend, I think Burnley go to St James's, which is a very big game for them, where I'm sure Mr Dyche thinks he can get something. So yeah, he'll have one eye on that, so he will play plenty of youth. But don't expect any less physicality from Burnley, even with the younger team out. You know, they sort of their sort of method of playing sort of goals from the first team to the youth teams to the sort of EDS, their equivalent of the EDS teams as well. So don't expect any less physicality, even if they've got the kids out. So it'd be interesting. The last meeting, of course, this one at Turf Moor, comfortable, wasn't it? It's Burnley 1, City 4. That was on 3rd of December 2019. It seems a lot longer than that ago. A couple from Jesus and a Rodri Rocket. There we go, Rodri Rocket. We have a bit of fun now with Rodri Rockets, even in our, you look out for them in my little match reviews and previews. And a Mahrez goal as well. And it was a game that was on Amazon Prime. I forgot that at the time. Just looking back at it, I've just realised it was. And Nigel de Jong, I think, was on the panel, so that was fantastic. What more could we ask? Burnley had turned the electric off to the City changing room. I mean, they said they hadn't done it deliberately, but the morale in the City camp was high. There was lots of posts from the City players, and they were singing in the changing room in the darkness with torches, etc. And that was before the game. So City morale was quite high. I can't really say that just at the moment. And I don't think our morale is very high in the dressing room, and obviously with Pep, the manager, at the moment. But we've talked about that anyway in other vlogs. But there was a good morale. Morale was great before that game. And Dyche was the opposite. He appeared so unhappy with the way Burnley played that day. They were very, very lacklustre, and they couldn't really. City really was an easy game for City. You can't always say that at Turf Moor. They did actually score a consolation goal. He's got a late consolation goal, Burnley, in the 4-1 win. But it was a Rodri wonder goal. As I'm saying, please check out my match review vlogs. I'm doing a little Rodri Rocket watch at the moment. I should say that when you've had a few beers. I can't even say it when I'm sober. Rodri Rocket watch. I'll say that 6 times. That's what you have to do. So that was an easy game for us last year. I mean, if you look back in history, our biggest win at Turf Moor was in 1998-99. It came on March the 9th, 1999, with a Gota hat-trick, Horlop, Allsop and Morrison. That was fantastic. And our biggest defeat at Turf Moor came way back in 1921-22. Surely they won't do this to us, will they? 15th of April 1922 with a 5-2 defeat. And Mr. Woosnam scored one of our goals, and the other was an own goal. Starting lineup. I mean, this is going to be one, isn't it? I mean, I've looked at the lineup he put against Bournemouth, and I've sort of used that as my starting point. But if we get 6 of these right, I'll be happy. So if you think about the Bournemouth team, he had Stefan, Walker, Laporte. Sorry, the Bournemouth team. What changes I'm going to make to that? I'm going to have Stefan, and I've put Walker in there. But obviously, I don't know our options at right back, to be honest with you. I don't know if anyone else can play there, so I'll put Walker in. I've put Laporte in because he needs time. So whether he'll bring him on as sub or play him from the start, I'm taking a chance of playing from the start. I put Garcia back in there. Pep seems to want to play him for whatever reason, obviously the lack of centre-backs, etc. So, I put Garcia in. I put Zinchenko in, but I'm not sure if he'll be fit. So, they say it's very, very iffy, this. If we ever get 6 of these right, I'll be happy. I put Tommy Doyle back in, who started against Bournemouth. I put Rodri in, Palmer, Mahrez. So, Palmer there. But I stuck him in. I think, instead of Foden, I think we'll give Foden a rest, to be honest with you. Put Palmer in instead of Foden. Mahrez. I think he's going to try and hope that Torres will start finding his feet, so I'm sure he'll stick him in again, and I'm sure he'll play Delap if he's come out of the game at weekend. Okay. We've got question marks. Obviously, I'm not too sure what's going on with Cancelo or Gundogan. So, that's my team anyway. Stefan, Walker, Laporte, Garcia, Zinchenko, Doyle, Rodri, Palmer, Mahrez, Torres and Delap. With a lot of question marks. I'm not overly sure. Let me know what you think anyway. As you're watching this, you may have heard more than me anyway on players that are fit and not fit, etc. Right, so that's my starting lineup. What do I think? Well, I'm going to give you my score prediction. I'm going to do my little odds section, but I think it'll be an interesting game, and I'll talk a bit more while I'm going through the odds actually, because a couple of things come up in there sort of with a bearing on the match itself. Please, my little odds section, please, I don't condone gambling. Please only ever bet what you can afford, and please, if the fun fun stops, please stop. I mean, it's just something for a bit of fun. I have 9 points. I have a 5 bet, a 2 bet, and a 2 bet. So I just risk that every week. Looking back at the Leicester game, my first loss of the season on the betting side. I had anytime goal scorer. I had KDB, let me down badly. I had 5 points on him though. Not very good, but I did have a saver on Mr. Vardy at 9-5, 2 points, so I did win on that. But unfortunately, I always do a correct score, even though they're the hardest to predict. Obviously, I did say 3-1 to City, but I was a little bit out on that one, wasn't I? So a 3.4 points loss on the day. So I'm still well ahead for the season. So it's just a bit of fun, please. Just make sure don't ever go off what I say, because I've never ever earned money from football bets in my life, even though I have done from horse racing bets. So please, this is just for fun. This is just for an interest. All right, looking forward to this game. The Carabao Cup, City are still favourites to win that, 5-2. Liverpool are 11-2. Chelsea 6-1. United 7-1. Everton 9-1. Yeah, a lot of people are liking Everton now. They've got off to such a good start. Arsenal 9-1 and Tottenham 12-1. It's interesting that, because I think Tottenham was shorter last week than Arsenal. I did query why that was, but that's sort of been sorted out now. These are all the sort of some shop around. You may get a better odds than these. These are just based, I think, on one of the bookies that I've been looking at. Burnley are actually 50-1 to win the Carabao Cup. I'm sure that'll drop if they beat us, so we'll see. Yeah, the game odds. Well, there we go. The game odds today. You've got to be careful. I'm very tentative with these, with all the things today, because obviously such a unusual teams we'll have out. Burnley will have a youngish team, and we'll have a youngish team. So I've got to be very, very tentative. To win the game, City are only 1-3. I say only 1-3 on. That's still a low price. The draw is 4-1, and Burnley are 8-1. But my first bet, I'm going to have 5 points on this one. Both teams to score, I think, yeah, because we've got such an experienced side. It's either going to be a damp squib and end up 0-0, or both teams will score. So I'm going to go at 4-5, 5 points at 4-5 of both teams to score. If you fancy one of them not, if you say no to that, it's 19-20. So that's not a bad one. But yeah, I'll go with the both teams to score at 4-5. Again, the correct score. I always do this anyway, even though it's very hard to predict, isn't it? I mean, Manchester City 2-0 win is 13-2. A 2-1 win, which is what I'm going for. I'm going to have 2 points on this one. A 2-1 win is 15-2. So I'm going to have a 2-1 win to City. You've got odds like City 1-0 is 5-2. City 3-0 is 8-1. A draw is 9-1, 1-1. Man City to win 3-1 is 1-0. City to win 4-0 is 14-1. Sorry, Man City to win 3-1 is 10-1. Man City to win 4-0 is 14-1, and Man City to win 4-1 is 16-1. So, any Burnley scores? Yeah, if you fancy Burnley to win 2-1, again, it's perhaps sort of likely, isn't it? If you fancy a Burnley win, that's 22-1 at 2-1. A 1-0 Burnley win is 22-1. So, interesting. Certainly the 2-1 option is very interesting, but I'll stick with my City one. Half-time, full-times, this is where my third bet's going to come in. City, so City at half-time, City full-time is 10-11, so that's not a bad bet, but draw at half-time and Man City to win is 3-1, so I'm going to go 2 points on that as well, so I'm going to do a half-time, full-time. If you fancied a draw and a draw, that's 7-1. Burnley is 14-1, a draw in Burnley is 18-1. Burnley in the draw is 18-1. City in the draw is 18-1. And Burnley and then Man City to win is 16-1. Although if we go behind, we've not got a very good record of coming back at the moment, have we? And finally, we'll just have a quick look at the anytime goal scorers. I mean, you've got such a mishmash here because you've got so many players on both sides in this time that can score. You've got Raheem Sterling 4-5, Mahrez 7-5, KDB 7-5. Bernardi 2-1, so he's quite low. Joel Mumbongo, I don't think he's a City player. I think Joel Mumbongo is 11-5, obviously for Burnley. Phil Foden is 15-8. Again, some of these I don't think will be playing. Torres 12-5, Chris Wood 5-2, Cole Palmer 12-5. He was always popular at the end of the post-COVID, he was always kept cropping up. Ashley Barnes, 11-4. Jay Rodriguez, 3-1. Matej Vidra, 3-1. Tommy Doyle, 4-1. There you go. And just to finish off, interesting one, the overs market. So the over 1.5 goals is 1-6. Yeah, I can see us scoring more than 1.5 goals. Under is all 4-1. No, I can't see that. I think we'll score at least 3. The over 2.5 is 8-15. Under is 7-5. And the over 3.5, which they've got to score 4 between us. Possible, but I'm not going to risk it. But that's 5-4, so that's quite a good price. But you think they'll score less than 4 goals? It's 4-7, so again, not a bad price. So there you go. Just a quick look at the odds on the game. And so my free, very much for fun bets this week. Very much for fun bets this week. Hopefully I'll get something back this week. Both teams to score 5 points at 4-5. 2-1 to City. 2 points at 15-2. And half-time, full-time, a draw and City to win 3-1. I'm going 2 points on that. So there you go. Please, as I said, only bet what you can afford. Right, on to our regular City magazine feature where I have a look around what's happening on social media and what's on the City site, etc. There is a great piece, actually, I mentioned last week. You can download, when City are at home, you can download a City programme, a virtual City programme, a digital one. So there's a great piece on the Leicester City game. With photographer Kevin Cummings and doing his blossoms in the City's third kit, which will feature in a moment. Again, well, on a very famous film star, believe it or not. Yeah, so that's a great piece in the match programme. But please, it's always, for the City home games, this is always checked about 24 hours before. They always put them on the City site. We've got City on TV this week, not the football match. We've got Channel 5 Thursday, the 1st of October at 11:05 PM, so you'll have to stay up late or set your recorder. We've got Mourinho versus Pep, so it's a documentary, just an hour-long documentary, and it's the feud, a one-off documentary taking a look at the rivalry between Pep and Mourinho. So if that interests you, that's on Channel 5 on Thursday night at 11:05 PM. At City Report, a nice picture last week during the Bournemouth game, or after the Bournemouth game, and where they commented, "Now just hold on a second." Of course, we get the comparisons there and the similarities between Delap and Foden and Silva and Dzeko. I'm not going to tell you which is which. Do you know? Can you tell from the pictures? So that was interesting from at City Report. At Fat Toasty, this is where the Paisley kit comes in. I'm a big movie fan, as you know, if you look at my movie vlogs, etc. This was a nice spot by Fat Toasty, who spotted Ingrid Bergman, the famous film star, wearing City's third kit, of course, in the film Casablanca. I bet you've never noticed that before. So there you go. Here's looking at you, kid. Thumbs up. So that's quite funny from at Fat Toasty. He's worth a follow. He comes up with some good stuff as well. At Liam Delap, obviously he's scruffy bugger. Someone wants to buy him a new top, don't they? Look at that image there. But a proud moment, obviously, amidst all the disasters, obviously, against Leicester. It was a proud moment for him to make his Premier League debut. Shame about the result, but we go again on Wednesday, he said in his Twitter feed. So, yeah, well done, Liam. I know it's such a shame to start like that, but hey, you've got to stay positive, haven't you? And a tweet too soon here. Of course, it's Sam Lee. He likes to tweet while the games are going on. And obviously, if I'm at the games, I never see these things. But it's quite unusual to see if you sort of watching or. I tend not to because my Twitter feed is much faster than the streams I usually watch. So I have to sort of stay off Twitter until the match is finished because I get to know scores before about 2 minutes before I actually get to watch them. So yeah, a tweet too soon from Sam though. He actually put during the first half, and I would have agreed with him at the time. And these are sort of the tweets that come back and bite you, aren't they? Wow, Garcia, some performance so far. So he got, obviously in time, he got a few choice replies to this one. A lot of them very unprintable. But there's one funny one from at JD Knowlton, who said this was his last game before his move to Sale Sharks, accompanying with that picture with that Roundtree's fruit gum hat he has on his head is very Petrocek-like. So I thought that was quite funny. And I can say most of the answers that Sam Lee got were sort of unprintable, to be honest with you. On a more serious note, at City_Extra reported on Liverpool, who have wrote to Manchester City to apologise on behalf of themselves and LFC TV after former manager Roy Evans stated, "Not many normal names, is there?" after his fellow commentator described a shot from City midfielder Darko Gyabi, age 16. So it's not gone away, has it? Roy Evans is probably a gay at my age. I mean, you know, we do know these things, but we are educated now and we learn these things, and we do make odd mistakes. I'm not gonna lie about it. We do because obviously I was, you know, the era I was growing up with. But obviously, if you're even on a channel like that, obviously I would have a lot of people listening in, wouldn't it? LFC TV. You have to be really, really clever and just careful what you say. And Mr. Roy Evans, obviously not the brightest thing. I'm sure he didn't mean it in any malice, but it's sort of a little bit indefensible, isn't it? But an official apology from Liverpool anyway. A great thing, obviously, City Square Live. I can't show you on here because it's an actual video, little 12-second video, but they have a Junior Citizen Fan of the Month, and obviously for the Leicester game, it was a young girl called Holly, aged 9. So if you go on at City Square Live, you can check that up. It's fantastic. Who joined the starting City 11 on the stadium screen, but there's a little 12-second segment of Holly as well. Fantastic. It looks great. Please check that out if you can. That's absolutely fantastic. And I think finally, here we go. Yeah, finally at Gary James Writer, of course, a guy I always follow, Dr. Gary James. Obviously, there's comments about the 3 penalties, and if Vardy obviously had still been on the pitch, he would have taken their third and had a chance of getting a penalty hat-trick. But Gary James just reminds us that back in December 1957, in a 6-2 win over Everton at Main Road, Ken Barnes, the wonderful, fantastic Ken Barnes, scored a hat-trick of penalties. So there you go. It's just an interesting thing because obviously, as I say, I'm sure Vardy would have buried the third one as well if he'd have been on the pitch. But giving 3 penalties away, please. What the heck's that all about? And there you go. Thanks for joining me. I will be back with a review of the Burnley game, and that will be on Thursday the 1st of October. Hopefully I will be reporting on a City win. And please check out my recent Citizen Channel City past and present vlogs. Obviously I've got a look back at this devastating result against Leicester. If you can face that, I do try and be a bit, not cheerful, but a bit of a slant on it, so please check that out. And also I have a Moments in Time, my City past feature on a trip to Vidsev Lodz back in September 1977 for a UEFA Cup game. Just a little bit about that and our Moments in Time. Please check my links on screen. If you want to follow or friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back. That's fantastic. If you can get onto my little website, my little day job, moviegamenostalgia.com, for old and rare movie DVDs, posters from the 90s and 2000s, and some board games on there as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And of course, if you do like movie reviews, TV drama reviews, information for quizzes, movie quizzes, TV quizzes, please check out the playlist, because obviously I do a Bernard's film and TV channel as well with all regular stuff on there, film reviews and drama reviews, etc, etc. So please check out that. It'd be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this big match preview of the Carabao Cup against Burnley, which we are going to win. I've said 2-1, but I mean, I'll be happy with 5-1 or something like that. I'll be happy with a 4-1, like as last time we visited Turf Moor, and for Burnley to be as laid back and unexciting as they were that day. But we'll see, won't we? Anyway, whatever we're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again on another Citizen Channel vlog, it's Bird is saying goodbye for now. Please stay safe, please. Bye-bye.